An 8-year-old girl named Cherish Periwinkle was shopping in a local store with her sisters and mother when a stranger approached them and changed their lives forever. The mother, who was financially unstable, was unable to pay for her children's outfits in a local discount store. This is when a 56-year-old man named Donald Smith offered to buy her children clothes at a local Walmart. After he lured them to Walmart, he offered to take one of her oldest daughters to get food at the McDonald's inside the store. Unfortunately, the mother agreed to let her child go, and Smith and her child could be seen on surveillance footage walking out the store, and they would never return. When she realized her child vanished with a stranger, she quickly called 911, but by this time it was too late, and the body of the little girl was found the next day behind a church. Donald Smith was soon arrested and charged with murder and rape and eventually sentenced to death.
This court agrees with the jury's recommendation without reservation. Accordingly, this court finds that death is the only appropriate penalty for the defendant, given the highly egregious nature of this crime.
Ronaldo Dagza, who was a Filipino politician, took a family photo on Tuna Street in the Philippines, and this photo shockingly captured the faces of both his killer and a lookout for the killer. The shooter, who was a convicted robber out on parole, was captured in the photo pointing the gun directly at Dagza seconds before the shot went off. Dagza was rushed to Martinez Hospital but was immediately pronounced dead from a .45 caliber gunshot wound to the head. The murderer claims to have shot Dagza in retribution for being shot in the head by people that were associated with Dagza during a shootout months earlier. A 25-year-old woman named Ann Faber disappeared on September 29, 2017 while riding her bike in the woods, and 2 weeks later her corpse was found in the woods. After an investigation, police arrested a man named Michael P., and after his DNA samples matched the DNA all over Faber's jacket, he revealed what had happened. He told police that the woman was lost and started calling for help, and then he confessed to police that he pretended that he was going to help her and then raped and murdered the woman. Not long before the murder, Faber took a selfie of herself clearly in distress and sent it to her boyfriend, and this photo helped police pinpoint her location and arrest the murderer. A man named Loren Brunner shot his 18-year-old girlfriend twice, once in the back of the head and once between the eyes. After shooting her, he then proceeded to shove her from the top of a cliff. Before killing his girlfriend, he took multiple photos of her from behind while they were on a hike. Brunner later called the cops and told them he wanted to turn himself in for the murder of his girlfriend. After being arrested, Brunner told the police he had shot her as part of a suicide plan, but he was unable to go through with killing himself. Brunner was then prosecuted and sentenced to 52 years in prison. On July 17, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was a scheduled passenger flight from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur that was shot down while flying over eastern Ukraine. All 283 passengers and 15 crew were killed, and after a thorough investigation, it was revealed that the aircraft was shot down by a Russian missile. By the day after the crash, 181 out of the 298 bodies had been found. Out of the 181 bodies found was 15-year-old Gary Slock and his mother Petra, who took this photo before their flight departed, not knowing it would unfortunately be their last.